everyone, this is Professor Benjamin, and yay! We're moving into the last week of content for this course. So this week we have renewable resources due. So by Tuesday 11:59 you have your initial post due. By Thursday 11:59 you have your response post due. By Sunday December 3rd you have your quiz due, and then you can use next week to prepare for your final exam. Okay, so you have between December 4th and 10th if you would like to review and spend time preparing those answers for your final exam, and then your final exam will be launched on the 9th, and you'll have between the 9th and the 13th to take your final exam. Okay, the normal setup for the final exam, 3 hours, and you have been given a review sheet under the population session. So if you go back to population session, you'll see the review for the final exam. Okay, so renewable resources this week, hold on strong. Last week of initial posts and response posts and quizzes. And then we move into that week where you can study and prepare your answers for your final exam. If you have questions, of course, feel free to reach out. A lot of you did a good job on your posts. I could tell some of you still have skirted the issue of watching the film Gasland, and that is okay, I guess, for the initial posts and for the discussion posts, but it's not going to be okay for the final exam. If you read my announcement from last week, you would have saw that I said you can watch Gasland 1 or Gasland 2. Both are acceptable, and either one of them will give you the information you need to answer the questions on the final exam regarding the question on the final exam in reference to the film Gasland. Okay, so either Gasland 1 or Gasland 2, they both cover the same issue of hydraulic fracturing. Okay, so that was that. A lot of you did a good job on the Yucca Mountain question. You did a good job on why nuclear energy is a non-renewable resource, and then of course the drilling in ANWR is a big issue, especially if you've read recently. There was a huge oil spill in the Keystone Pipeline. There was a ginormous oil spill about 2 weeks ago. So the issue is transportation of these non-renewable resources. Is, how do we liquefy natural gas? We liquefy it and then we transport it on ships. And then also we either have to transport through pipelines oil, or we drill for oil in oceans. And I vividly remember, of course, the Exxon Valdez spill. I remember the BP oil spill. So there is a lot of issues that can go on with oil in its transportation. And this week we'll talk about alternatives to that, which is renewable resources. And there is a large amount of different types of renewable resources out there, not just your mainstream ones, solar and wind. There are a lot of really cool ideas going on, and new technologies that are coming on the market that use renewable resources, such as tidal, such as biofuels. So there's a lot of really cool ideas out there that haven't been explored yet. The other thing is of course we subsidize non-renewable resource, and we do not subsidize renewable resources. Once in a while we subsidize renewable resources. I shouldn't say that. So sometimes you can get a credit if you put solar on your house, or tax credit, or if you buy an electric vehicle, you can get a tax credit. For example, we have the Ford Fusion, which is a hybrid electric vehicle, so I can plug my vehicle in as well as then I can feed it with gas. But my commutes are not super long, so I usually just use electric to commute on, which is a wonderful thing. And we received about an $8,000 tax credit for that vehicle, making it comparable to a lot of other vehicles that were on the market at that time. We've had knock on wood, we've had no issues with our electric hybrid vehicle. It rides awesome. In fact, there are apps that you can use that'll tell you how to brake better so you can conserve more energy. My car charges at the least peak hours of electric. So when I plug it in the evening, it looks for the lowest peak energy source to pull energy so that we're not polluting as much. So there's wonderful tools along with the with it. If you didn't notice, last week, Tesla came out with a brand new truck. That is an electric vehicle. So you're talking about a big rig that is an electric vehicle. So there's a lot of really cool technologies out there on the market. I happened to be in DC over the weekend, and the amount of Teslas I saw on the road was amazing. While it is a high-end vehicle, Elon Musk is trying to make vehicles, electric vehicles, for the mass market. And I would definitely, within the next 5 to 10 years, there mass-wide, there will be electric vehicles from Tesla. It doesn't mean there's not already electric vehicles out there. So you have the Volt and you have the Leaf. There's a lot of really cool electric vehicles out there now, and the mileage is fantastic. So some of the articles you're going to read are going to say, oh, the mileage isn't there. No, the mileage is there now. We have increased our battery technology. And the reason for that is we have private companies putting a lot of money into this research. If the government put money into it, just like we do for non-renewable resources, we would be probably the leader of the pack in terms of coming up with this kind of stuff. But unfortunately, Elon Musk is the guy at this moment who's really pushing forward with electric vehicle usage. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, but I'm really looking forward to your renewable resource posts this week. Remember, this is your last week of content for this course, and then next week is a study week, and then you have your final exam. Okay, so best of luck to you this week. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. Hopefully you didn't shop too much, or if you did shop, you did a little fair trade shopping in there. Okay, so have a wonderful week, and I will be I guess I'll be in touch soon.